Magandang araw sa atin lahat. Ito po yung lingkod, Fred de Guzman, ang life coach ng Squad 244 ng Philippine National Police Santa Maria. Tayo po ay nasa Section 4-2 ng Building Strong Faith sa lesson po ng ating PNP tungkol sa internal cleansing. At nagaganap po tayo na kapiling ang ating mga kasamahang kapulisan sa pangunahan po ni Patrolman Jason Reville, Police Corporal Jodrick Benedictus, Police Staff Sergeant Adio Burgess, Police Master Sergeant Fernando Datig, kasama rin po si Police Master Sergeant Michael Bermejo, si Police Master Sergeant Ryan Garcia, Police Senior Master Sergeant Will Ray Guillermo, at ang ating pong Assistant Squad Leader na si Police Chief Master Sergeant Sir Joseph Aquino, of course sa pangunguna po ng ating Police Major Dale Alan Batle, na siya rin po ang ating Squad Leader, at Deputy COP ng Santa Maria. Sa ating pong pagtalakay ngayong hapon, kasama rin po natin ang mga kapatid natin sa iba-ibang panig ng Bulacan, of course sa ating mga kapatiran sa Caloocan, sa Norsagaray, at of course, we have also listeners or viewers mula po sa labas ng ating bansa. Importante po ang pag-usapan natin sapagkat it is should be the way of life ng Kristiyano. If it's not applied sa ating buhay, mabubuhay po tayo ng punong-puno ng pagdududa, punong-puno ng kahinaan. But if we will be able to live by faith, meaning faith doon sa ating Panginoong Diyos, tunay na pagtitiwala sa Kanya, if we will be able to know how to live by faith, full trust in Him, we will be victorious. Na naranasan ng maraming tao. So, if you were to ask, or to be asked, what is the one thing we are hoping na gusto nyo mangyari in the next 6 months? Sa aming pumpanig sa ating iglesia doon sa Caloocan, we are hoping that God would lead us to find a place para po sa aming pagtitipunan. Gayun din po ang mga kasama natin iba na they were asking to have a child or a job. So, what is the thing you are hoping to receive or hoping to happen in the next 6 months? Ako rin sa ating bayan, hangad ko rin po yung magkaroon na rin ng pag-unlad ang kabuhayan ng mga tao. Sa karanasan nating mainit na panahon, magkaroon tayo ng konting ulan. So hinangad po natin ng maraming bagay. Maliliit, malalaki. But that thing we are hoping to happen or to have in the next few months, sino ang pinagtitiwalaan natin? Sino po yung ating inaasahan na tutugon? And several times we failed because we trust people. We failed to trust God, which is ngayong hapon, by God's grace, may He help us to live by faith. Sa Hebrews 11:1, ang sabi po ng banal na kasulatan, ang pananampalataya ay siyang kapanatagan sa mga bagay na hinihintay. So ano ba yung faith? Ano yung pananampalataya? When you have that faith, you have that peace of mind, panatag ka, dahil alam mo, you are fully trusting Him na yung hinihintay mo will happen. Ang katunayan ng mga bagay na di nakikita. Because of your faith, tiwala mo sa Diyos, na siyang tutugon, alam mo kalooban ng Diyos, yung di mo pa nakikita ngayon, para mo na na-visualize. So, tiwala kang magaganap yung inaasahan mo, at andun yung panatag ang kalooban mo na mangyayari. Sinabi lamang po ng Habakkuk 2:3, just learn to wait. It will surely come. Ano mang bagay ang hangarin natin sa ating buhay bilang mga Kristiyano, whether in work, family, whatever, tiyakin po natin na ito ay kalooban ng Diyos. Ito po ay nakakaluwalhati sa Diyos. If it's not according to His will, kalimutan na natin. But again, all the things that we hope for na dapat maganap, na nais natin mangyari, should be anchored doon sa Kanyang salita at sa Diyos na ating sinampalatayanan. Isa pang talata, Mark 11:24, therefore I say unto you, sabi ng Bible, what things soever you desire, ano man po ang pinakananaasahan ninyo, when ye pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them. There was a time, nakikiangkas ako sa isang kasamang pastor, and nasiraan yung motor niya, at there's no other way for us to reach home, kundi may sasakyan, nasira. Secretly, silently, I prayed, Lord, please, tulungan mo kami makauwi. Lalakad mo kami, aabutin ng maraming oras. But I just silently prayed and trust Him, Lord, take us home safely. All of a sudden, pumarada isang jeep, and sa dinami-dami ng tao, talagang Diyos ang nagpadala, kapatid ko po, ang nagsabi, usang ko, ba't nandito ka, ano ginagawa niyo? Tawag ko, ikaw, ano ginagawa mo rito? Nagkatawa na kami, but deep inside, I was so happy. Sapagkat ang Diyos, dinala yung kapatid ko, sa dinami-dami ng lugar na pwede daanan, doon siya dumaan. At sabi nga niya, hindi niya malamang ba't doon siya dumaan. Ang sinasabi ko po, hindi man niya lalaman, o hindi ko man dintiyak kung sino, one thing is sure, the Lord heard my prayer. Nagtiwala tayo. So sinasabi natin ngayong hapon, mga kapatid, it's like the story about Abraham when he was told that he will become the father of many nations. Meaning, mula sa kanyang lahi, magkakaroon ng maraming tao, becoming a nation or many nations, when there was no hope na mangyayari. But you know, when Abraham knew na pinangako ng Diyos yan, he kept of hoping. Nagpatuloy siya na naniniwala. Nagtiwala siya, nanampalataya siya na yung sinabi ng Diyos will happen. Na siya ang pagmumula ng maraming bansa. And no wonder, in Romans 4:18, it says, magiging gayon ang iyong binhi. At nangyari po, mula po sa kanyang lahi, dumami ang mga bansa. So how do we live by faith? Sa mga simpleng taong tulad natin, either you are in uniform or simpleng civilian, how do we live by faith? And by the way, living by faith is the only thing that pleases Him. When we live by faith in Him, every day, for our family, for our work, for any relationship, for our desires, whatever, if we live by faith in Him, that would please Him. So how do we live by faith? One, face the problem, but focus on the promise. Huwag natin takasan ng suliraning kinakaharap natin, kundi harapin natin, but with the strong desire, God, you promised me, makakalaya ako sa problemang ito. So Abraham did not deny na siya ay may edad na siya ay matanda na to have a child. And much less, magkaroon pa ng maraming lahi. But like him, ni Abraham, we should recognize the realities ng ating sitwasyon. But faith in God na He is in control and that He will do what needs to be done. Magtiwala lang tayo sa Kanya. Romans 4:19, sabi ng Bible, hindi humina ang pananampalataya ni Abraham. Bagamat siya 100 ang edad. And he thought, his body is as good as dead. But God promised him, you will be the father of many nations. So, ang sinasabi po natin, when you and I would trust Him, it will happen. See, Sarah, ganyan din po, Hebrews 11 verse 11. It was by faith that even Sarah was able to have a child, though she was barren. Talaga imposible, milagro talaga, nabaog ka, nagkaroon siya ng anak. And also, she was too old. Palibhasa, inarin niyang tapatan Diyos na nangako. What God promised them happened. Secondly, not only face the problem, but focus on the promises of God. Believe that God is willing and He is able to fulfill His promise. Yung pananampalataya, pagtitiwala mo na yung pinangako ng Diyos sa iyo, pangawakan yan, He will fulfill it. Tayo nga po, may pangako sa ating pamilya, sa ating mga anak. And we try to fulfill it. Lalo na po yung Diyos natin sa langit, yung ating Ama. So when we pray, we talk to Him about our situation. But when we read the Bible, He talks to us and He's telling us through His Word, this is His promises. His promises will never fail. Matutupad at matutupad. Pagtiwalaan lamang po natin siya. Romans 4:20 and 21, He never wavered in believing God's promises because He tries to live by faith. At sabi ng Bible, in lubos na nanalig na ang Diyos na nangako ay may kapangyarihang makagawa noon. Siya na nangako is able to fulfill it. Matthew 9:29 to 30, hinipo ni Kristo ang mata ng isa because He wanted to see, because He was blind, and sabi ng Panginoon, according to your faith, be it done unto you. And their eyes were opened. Why? Because of that faith. Yung tiwala natin sa Diyos. And because of our lack of faith, sometimes yung desires natin, yung ating hangaran sa buhay, hindi masyadong nagaganap. But when we trust Him, it will happen. Ephesians 3:20, God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think. Thirdly, believe that God is a rewarder. Hebrews 11:6, without faith, it is impossible to please Him. The thing that pleases Him is our faith in Him, our trust. For he that cometh to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. Diligently seek Him. Ang pangako ng Diyos, if we seek Him and live according to His will, He will provide the needs. And that if we find joy in His presence, He will grant the desires of our hearts. Sabi ng Bible sa Proverbs, delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart. So faith in God will help us to humble ourselves because He is powerful. Siya ang tanging pag-asa. He is the only one that would provide. He is the only one who would sustain, and that would make us humble, and God would see and prove na totoo ka, karapat-dapat ka. Let's study some example. Sa Genesis 45, verses 10 to 15. And if you are under the impression that when God blesses us, we would become great, and because of that accomplishment, I hope to God na hindi tayo mabago sa ating attitude. And pag tayo po ay nabago sa ating mga ugali at medyo umangat ang paa sa lupa because of God's blessings that would result to wrong attitudes, we are in a terrible shock. Greatness comes in the sweet spirit of humility and forgiveness toward others. Pag tayo po ay napagpala ng Diyos, let's get rid of thinking of ourselves more highly. Hindi po bawal sa Diyos us thinking about ourselves. Ang ayaw po ng Diyos is for us to think about ourselves more highly because it will puffed up. Tayo po ay hindi matututong magpatawad. We will not be generous in mercy, but we will be so proud, which is ayaw po ng Diyos yan. Kumbaga, magiging hambog, mapagmataas. But the more God blesses us, because of our faith, it should humble us. It takes God to make a heart right. Laging tama ang puso ng tao na nagtitiwala sa Diyos. So, if I have a wrong attitude, I look at life humanly. But if I have right attitude, I would look at life divinely. And that's the real beauty sa buhay ni Joseph of the Old Testament. That's the core of truth sa buhay na inirepresent ni Joseph. He was sold to slave market. Napag-inggitan siya ng mga kapatid niya because he was the favorite ng tatay. They sold him. And then they told his father na itong buso niyong anak na paborito nakain ng babangis na hayop. Yung damit ni Joseph, nilagyan ng dugo ng hayop at yung tatay nila ay basag na basag ang puso, not knowing na ito'y binenta nila yung kapatid nila. Then from the slave market, God picked him up and blesses him. And later in their life, sila mismo ay biniyayaan ng Diyos because of their brother Joseph. So, si Joseph po, sa Old Testament, lived a life of faith. Kumbaga, he was as if praying, when I'm able by faith, Lord, help me to see your plan. So tayo rin pa mga tao sa ating panahon ngayon, mga Kristiyano, Lord, help me to trust you and be able to see your plan. Hindi yung sarili ko masunod. Sa lahat ng sitwasyon, ano man ang kalagayan natin, bigyan mo ko, Panginoon, ng liwanag ng kaisipan to see your plan and your attitude, and my attitude will be right. So he said, God sent me to preserve and save your life. Yun ang sabi ni Joseph. Sa tag-init at tag-gutom at taghirap ng lugar ninyo kung saan kayo nakatira, ibinenta niyo ko dito sa lugar na to, and the Lord blesses me from that mire, from the pit. I was put in the prison, and then I was put in the palace and became a prime minister. Yung masama niyong tangka sa akin, God meant it for good. Yung paghihirap nyo ngayon, masosolve niyan by God's blessing through me. Hindi sa ring malaki, kundi sinabi niyo lang, Lord, help me to see your plan in this situation. And he had right heart. And then of course, he was able to help his family. And then secondly, wika niya si Joseph, and I am able by faith, Lord, sa aking panampalataya, help me to sense your hand sa mga pangyayari. May tatama ating puso. Kumbaga, hindi mo sisisihin si malas, hindi mo kaiingitan yung ibang tao, but whenever situation na hindi maganda na kanilalagyan ninyo, just pray tulad ni Joseph, Lord, help me to trust you and see your hand on the situation. Hindi siya nagsimula ng umaga niya na nakasimangot at nakaangil at nakasinghal, kundi sabi niya, Panginoon, sa umagang ito, sa unang araw ng araw na ito, help me to see your hand. Just lead me. So I believe you made this day this way, and I'm going to see your hand, and I'm going to submit to your will. Thirdly, sabi niya, when I'm able by faith, help me to accept both location and situation as good. Ika nga sa kanya, walang malas. Hindi naman siya may kasalanan. Iba yung sinuong natin yung maling direksyon, and then sinisi natin na sino man, lalo Diyos. Kundi, Lord, I will do the right thing. Pero kung gagalawin ng diablo aking araw ngayon, I will see this day as good as you see it. Just help me to get out. So, Lord, sabi niya, by faith, I will accept this situation. And when there's evil in the process, I will not gripe. I will just ask your help. And I will always say, God meant it for good. Romans 8:28. And so, he became God's trophy. Naghalimbawa siya. And Joseph shows us that the only way to find happiness in the grind of life is to do so by faith. Ang isang buhay po na may pagtitiwala sa Diyos ay isang uri ng pamumuhay that would make our perspective sa bawat pangyayari na kakaiba. And it will make us a positive person. So only then, ang ating pong pamumuhay ay will always be looking on the brighter side, hindi po sa darker side. So the secret is, walk by faith. Trust God. Na, Lord, renew my attitude. Itawa mo ang aking pag-iisip. Bigyan mo ko ng tamang pananaw. And again, the challenge for all of us is live by faith. Isang pastor, ang nilapitan na isang kaibigan, at sabi niya, Pastor, pray for me. I am unemployed. I need a job. Gusto kong magkaroon ng trabaho, of course, which is normal. And I'm just waiting for God to provide. And okay sana. And then the pastor asked him, have you passed any resume sa mga company? No, I'm just waiting for the job. You mean to say, nais kang magkatrabaho and then you have never sent any resume? No, kasi naghintay nga ako ng trabaho bibigyan ng Diyos. Well, my friend, kung yan po ang iyong attitude, I hope you don't mind remaining to be jobless for a while. Living by faith is not thinking negatively. It's not doing nothing. Living by faith is trusting Him to give us wisdom and let's act. Hindi yun tihaya, intay ka na lang, pakuya-kuya-koy, doing nothing. God won't bless laziness. So, parang isang motto ng mga sundalo nung araw ay sa nabasa ko, and that motto applies to our daily life. They said, trust in God, but keep your powder dry. In other words, place your life sa kamay ng Diyos, but stay ready all the time. Do all that you can and prepare ourselves for the battle. Unawain natin that the ultimate outcome rests sa kamay ng Diyos. To walk by faith does not mean stop thinking. Trust God na tayo ay will not tolerate laziness. We will not be apathetic. Kundi trusting God, living by faith, is doing something, acting on a thing na gusto natin mangyari. Hindi tayo nakaintay lang na parang ipinoportray ni Juan Tamad, nakanganga siya, intay niya bumagsak ang bayabas na pwede naman niyang pitasin. So, you and I need to trust God for many things, for our finances, family, friends, even foes. So, trust God for all those things, but that is no license to act foolishly. For example, God would provide, so I would waste my money. Ibibigay naman ng Diyos. No. God will give me good health. I trust Him to give me good health. Pero ang pag-inom naman natin, pag-bisyo naman natin, inapakawagas. No. Don't expect God to bless. Ibig sabihin, you want to have a good health, healthy body, get rid of vices. You want God to bless you? Never waste God's resources. Okay? So, you and I ought to trust God for safety sa ating pagdadrive araw-araw. Kaya nga, kaya sabi niya, iingatan naman ako ng Diyos. So, wala kang pakialam kung mahaba, mabilis ang takbo mo, hindi ka man nag-yield. So, you are looking for trouble. God being trusted is not us acting foolishly. God is giving us wisdom. So, acting foolishly or thoughtlessly and expecting God to bail you out is not faith at all. That is presumption. Wisdom says, you can do all you can within your strength, then trust Him to do what you cannot do, to accomplish what you cannot accomplish. So always, faith and careful planning, magkasama lagi. Acting foolishly, expecting God to bail you out is not faith at all. No, it's presumption. But living by faith will help us to overcome. Mark 11:24, therefore I say to you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that ye receive them and ye shall have them. So do you want to overcome any obstacles? Sabi ng Bible, 1 John 5:4, for whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. So it is faith that is the medium of exchange sa ating buhay. And that's the reason Christ, sinabi ng Panginoon to the two blind men, ano nais ninyo? that we may be able to see. And God said, according to your faith, be it unto you. Matthew 9:29. So your faith is the measure of victory. So all of the things grace provides comes to us by faith. Romans 1:17, for therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith. As it is written, the just shall live by faith. The just. Matuwid. Hindi po nagwawaldas ng panahon, hindi nagwawaldas ng resources, hindi nagwawaldas ng oras. The just, a person who lives according to his will live by faith. And the way we live the Christian life is not by striving or trying, but by trusting in our Almighty God. In the first place, kung tunay tayo anak ng Diyos, He is our Father, and He will not withhold any good thing from us. So may God help us to live by faith and not by sight. So may God help us, and God bless you, and give you peace. Until next time, maraming salamat po.